Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So last time we arrived in the Dunbog, and we are currently at Landross, which is the main encampment for the people of the Dunbog, the Avankluth. So they gave us a couple of quests last time. We need to collect baby slug meat because it's a local delicacy, and collect mud balls. They're all going to be slightly east of the town. One of them is anywhere to the east, and one of them is slightly southeast of the town. So we're going to go in the southeast direction. And I think that's specifically the bog slug quest. So we're going to murder some of these. And there are going to be quite a few of them around, scattered around. We only need the baby ones though. If we find any of the adult ones, they won't count towards our quest totals. So let's try and murder small ones. We only need 3 of them actually. That's not too bad. Okay, that's 2. So there's an adult bog slug. We don't want that. And yeah, when they die, they put down this puddle which slows down your movement, which is not nice. So there we go. That's the next bog slug we need. And there's some mud balls in the distance. So these mud balls should be around all these kind of like beetle sort of dens. They're going to be scattered around in the southeast. There we go. 3 of 3. I think the beetles attack on sight, so we'll try not to pull him, just to save us some time. So we need 12 mud balls, and these are going to be used to patch up their houses. Because as they said, you know, they're little huts. Given that the water levels kind of rise and fall, it kind of messes up their huts. So they use mud to patch it up. You know, just make sure there's going to be no swamp water accidentally leaking in through the walls, because that would pretty much suck. It will ruin your carpets. The beetles actually threaten to attack. That's not too bad then. So this will be 6. 7 in the distance. There we go. And I think we hand in these quests back into town and then they vector somewhere else. But we can see there is a chap over here who has a quest for us. So we need to speak to him before we go too far. So this will be 10 mud balls. Let me loop back around. There's actually one in the distance over there, but we'll speak to this guy first because he's going to give us another quest. But as you can see around him, there are loads and loads of corpses of these strange crocodile beasts, the Avanks. Look at him! Look at this. He's fended them off. He's alive, he's not dead.
The woman of the mountain says we should not trust Vodiard.
Well met, elf. I was just resting here for a moment after fighting these Avank. The trick to fighting Avank is to turn your ordinary fighting skills into extraordinary fighting skills. You could do it as well, if you would put your mind to it. It really is not all that hard. Now, while I took a short nap, I need a favour. Go and tell Edhow that I am well, but I need a new sword. My last one broke in the gullet of that large Avank over there. Do as I ask, and I will be in your debt. So there we go. He's murdered all these creatures. I don't know if he started the fight or whether he was just defending himself. But yeah, it's going to be a tale to tell when he gets home. Okay, that big slug's not happy. It probably knows we've killed its babies. So this is the last mud ball we need. So we need to go talk to Landross for the guy with the sword as well. So make sure you do speak to that guy before you head back. Now we can mount up. Hand in all these quests back in town. And I believe they then send us to another encampment in the southeast. We kind of like work our way clockwise around this region. We came in via the northeast. Then we kind of go to the centre of town. We do the east, we do the southeast, do the southwest, do the west. Kind of just jump across here because it's quicker than going all the way around. Okay. Gwyn sent you? Tell him that he has taken quite enough swords from me already. I am usually quite pleasant, but Gwyn, he is always out in the bog trying to kill the biggest monster he can find to prove that he is the best hunter. Let us see how he survives without the best swords. Perhaps then I will be impressed. Tell him that if he really wants to be the best hunter, he will survive with his own 2 hands for once. You deliver that message for me, and hopefully I will have one less problem on my hands. And the second quest. A true graveler. Impressive. Usually the beetles put up more of a fight for these. I am not sure why they want them, but they guard them jealously. Thank you for gathering these. Perhaps you will stay for a while, so we can learn more about the world beyond the Dunbog. We do not often have the opportunity to talk to the Vodiad. So don't even venture beyond the Dunbog to really talk to the other clans, really.
The Ukwirod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
Well done, Devodiad. Baby slugs are difficult to hunt. The mothers seem to be able to communicate well with their young. Thank you. We will enjoy this during our next feast. You are well on your way to proving that you are not just another intrusive Devodiad. They keep saying all Devodiads are bad.
I have a tale to tell.
Yet they don't really meet Devodiads very often. Whatever. You have helped us greatly already, but any one person can perform a handful of tasks. Perhaps you can assist our hunters if you truly wish to prove your courage and strength. They oft gather to the southeast. The hunters will have much for you to do, I am certain. Hurry there, and if you return successful, then I am certain that the elders will speak to you. Okay, so we have to go to the hunters' camp next. So that's all the guys we need here then. So both the guys we need to the southeast. So we will mount up, we'll cheat across this bit. It's going to dismount us. That's probably still quicker than walking around the edge of town. So our first stop is going to be Gwyn, so he should be by this tree over here. I don't think this water's too deep. No. So hello Gwyn, I'm afraid I have bad news. A challenge? I have not been challenged in quite some time. I will do it. Let me go prepare. And when you need me, look for this banner beside me, and I will be at your feet to help you. Thank you for breathing life into an otherwise dull day. Ding! There we go. So I've actually purchased myself an XP disabler now. Because Pendulous is getting a bit too ahead of himself. So we'll freeze him at level 75, which is the end of this kind of like expansion's level range. And we'll just let the quests and mobs catch up to his level before he gets ridiculously out of level, and then he should be able to do the instance cluster on level, providing I don't have to bring another character to it. So we can disable the epic quest for now, because we don't need that until we head on to Caraglim, which is this region in the south of Dunland. So we just have To the Hunt, which as we can see is to the south over here. And we should find a collection of tents in this corner of town, where once again we're going to be given some quests by some hunters of the clan.
I have not seen your kind before.
So, you believe you can hunt Devodiad? We shall see. The beasts of the Dunbog are stronger, faster, and probably stranger than anything you have seen before. We do not lay traps. We hunt with our bare hands if necessary. Come fight with us. We shall see if you live to tell the tale. Okay, so what do we got? So we have a little hat with a little back bit. We have some gauntlets, fairly plain, and some slightly smaller gauntlets, fairly plain. So I think we've seen all three of those cosmetics before.
Even the Akluth have need of help on occasion.
One of your first tasks of the hunt will be to survive. I cannot teach you that. It is something you must learn on your own. And if you fail to learn it, you are dead. And then it does not matter. So, you know, who cares? Once you have mastered survival, we will hunt some Avank. A mighty beast, the Avank. We will need to collect as much of their meat, tails, and hides as possible. So try to be precise with your attacks. We go at once. Okay,
Many
second guy.
things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
There are some people that speak highly of the virtues of the beetle shell. How can they even begin to talk about the beetle shell when there is a much better shell for our many more purposes? I speak of the turtle shell, of course. Can you tell me that you can make a shield out of a beetle shell? Can you make food for a whole village in one single beetle shell? Nay, you cannot. So we hunt turtles, and we take their shells, and we thank them for the amazing things that we can do with a turtle shell. Gather me many turtle shells, and we will all be happy as a village.
It is not our custom to trust Devodiad, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
And do you know that the hunter's favourite game is in the Dunbog? Turtles. They present a challenge because they protect themselves so very well. We love hunting them. Too much, perhaps. The turtles are in danger of vanishing from the Dunbog. We may have hunted them to extinction. My bad. We cannot let this happen. We must protect the turtles. Go forth and gather turtle eggs from around the edges of the Great Southern Bog. We need to save the eggs, so that we can make sure there are always turtles to hunt. So that's an interesting way of trying to stop them from going extinct. So, kill turtles, get turtle eggs, kill avanks is the order of the day. Okay, you're just going to growl at me. Fine. I think the avanks will attack on sight. Yeah, they will. So, gather these boys up, and then we'll grab this egg. One of them stunned me. They are doing a poison effect, but it's not too bad actually. I could have sworn back in the day it used to be a pretty nasty poison. Unless I'm thinking of maybe a different mob in this region. Okay, turtle, come with me. We'll gather this one as well. So murder these. Again, there should be more eggs than you would need. You shouldn't have trouble finding the mobs anyway, unless there's a load of other players hunting them around as well at the same time. But there's plenty enough. There should be a fairly big region you can hunt them in. Yeah, you can go all the way over to the river in the west really. You shouldn't need to go that far. Okay, so that's 3 turtle eggs. There's an avank crawling through the reeds in the distance over there. Cover a few of these boys up. Should be able to get this turtle as well. There we go. Right. Murder these. Now they will be able to stack that damage over time, so that will be unpleasant, but not too bad. It might be bad if you have to single target your mobs and you gather too many up and you've got too many of these poisons. But since I can pretty much thin the herd fairly easily. Did I not pick up that turtle egg? Or was that just respawned so I can collect it again? I don't know. Maybe it's a respawn. Let's go grab it anyway. So yeah, the avank meat, the avank skins, and the avank towels seem to have different drop rates. So I think you're not guaranteed to get them just by killing one, but you might get one of each. Potentially one of each from each avank you kill. Now, since we need to kill at least 12 to get the towels, I think that's going to be our minimum number of mobs we need to kill. But we'll see how we go. So there's a couple more to the west. We still need 3 turtles. So we'll gather all these. Yeah, at some point we're going to have to summon our new hunter friend for some follow-up quests. And we have to basically help him prove that he is a pro elite hunter. And that he can hunt the most dangerous animals that could possibly stalk the Dunbog. So one of these quests is now ready to hand in. We need 2 turtle shells, a little more avanks. Let's see if we can get a few more of these. I'm thinking about it as well. Pendulous has leveled up, so he should have quite a few more trait points, because I can't remember the last time I did some trait point spending in the region, so maybe we should have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, he has 3 trait points free. We seem to have been stalked by another avank. So yeah, these are stacking up pretty bad. 85 damage every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. So you're going to get 10 ticks, 850 damage times 3. That's going to stack up quite a bit as you can get out of combat. So your regen's get a bit stronger, or you can remove some of those poisons. It could hurt, and it could be especially dangerous if you're still fighting mobs. So trait tree. So yeah, previously I've already talked through the trait trees. I've spent pretty much everything I'm interested in getting in the yellow tree for now. So I'd started specking in some of the other trees. So I got myself second wind just so you can have an extra bit of a power boost, which can be quite quite useful in the lower levels if you're having prolonged fights. Obviously, increased melee crit chance is nice because this extra percentage can take you over the crit chance cap. So you can get, potentially 5% above the crit cap, which is very nice. And we need 5 ranks in any of these 2 trees to get onto the second tier anyway. So I would still go for 5 in this one. But that leaves me with 1 point, and I need 2 points to spec outside of my tree, so that's the only one I can actually purchase right now. But I'll take it. An extra melee crit chance percentage. So, did we actually need to summon Gwyn yet? Can we summon Gwyn yet? No, we don't have the corresponding quest. So we need 1 Avank Tau. Hopefully this one will drop it. And we can actually start heading back in the direction we need to go. Right, so we need to get 1 turtle shell on the way home. Hopefully a turtle has respawned. Failing which, if we just drive north. There we go, some respawns. There we go. So we're now entering Cause Avank. I don't know what cause translates as. It's, could be like pits of the Avank. Corner of the Avank. Since we're in the corner of the map, who knows? So let's hand all these quests in at the hunters. They should be impressed that we've been able to slay some of their fearsome beasts.
I have not seen your kind before.
You have done a great thing, stranger. Saving the turtles is very important to the hunters of the Avankloof. Please take this as a token of my appreciation.
The Ukwirod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
You did well, friend. I am impressed. Do all Devodiad fight as well as you? Actually, never mind. I know the answer. They do not. We must find more suitable tasks for you then, since even the mighty Avank seems easy prey for you. And then lastly, you now know the power of the turtle shell firsthand. You have learned why I am so incredibly excited about collecting these great shells. Thank you very much. You have proven, to me at least, that you are a good hunter and a Devodiad to be trusted. So I will tell Harry.
Hear me out, Devodiad, for I have a tale to tell.
You are ready for the ultimate challenge, Pendulous. We must defeat the Avank called Bloodmaw. All of these Avank come from her. She must be dealt with, or Landros may be one day overrun. If you can do this, you are truly a friend of the Avankloof. Bloodmaw will not be easy prey. I have sent many hunters into the ruins to fight her, and none have reported the deed is done. Go! Gather any help you wish, or prove that you can do it yourself. Just come back when she is dead. So this could be where we can get our little friend from earlier to help out with us. So we need to mount up. And Bloodmaw is going to be in the ruins to the southwest. Now this actually used to be fairly tricky back in the day. I think her poison might actually be stronger than the average Avank. We'll see when we start fighting her. But yeah, this potentially could be tricky back in the day. The best strategy really for defeating her used to be if you have a pet. So if you're a captain or a lore master, you have your own pets that you can get to tank the mob. Preferably with a force taunt, because you're probably likely to steal aggro off it. Failing which, the NPC can aggro a bit as well, but obviously once you've got aggro off of the NPC, that's that. But it can help you, and yeah, removing poisons is probably going to be, pardon me, a good shout anyway. But yeah, we can summon our friend Gwyn. He is ally of Pendulous. You think Pendulous strong? Okay, and he just ran like the Flash there. So we need to make our way deep into these ruins. And she's kind of like in this little corner over here, so we'll just gather a few of these boys. Or he can steal the mob off me, so I can't bring it with me. That also works. You actually doing any DPS of note? I suppose it could be worse. Still gonna have to bail you out though. But yeah, like most NPCs, he will just pull everything he can. So we could have actually summoned him inside the ruins. That might have been a bit easier. Now murder these two. Hopefully he's not going to run off over somebody else. We can fight this, and there you go. Bloodmaw. It appears we have caught her while she's napping. So yes, we can sneak in there actually. Oh, you've got poison from that. So yeah, 35,000. I mean, it's not as scary now as it used to be, because your characters are slightly more overpowered than they would have been back at, you know, the original time that this was the expansion. Go on, NPC. Be noob. Go Leroy. Go Leroy. There you go. Good boy, Gwyn. Let's see if Gwyn gets a nasty debuff. He's not going to do it, is he? She's going to do an induction. Will she give him one? No. The Avank just slapped you with its tail. Are you going to take that? Okay, so you get offended when it slaps you in the face, and you get 100% extra damage for 10 seconds. That's nice. You're not going to pay attention to that if you're fighting it. Now, I'm not going to... Yeah, she's going to put damage over time on me. It is stronger than the average Avank. 140 rather than about 83 or whatever it was. Every 3 for 30. That can stack as well. But otherwise, you know, I'm having a reasonably good time with this. Her basic attacks seem to be fairly weak compared to the average Avank anyway. So maybe they nerfed her a little bit as well. Okay, so I need to talk to Harry now, back at the camp. So I'm just going to mount up, and I'll see you later, Gwyn. Otherwise, you're just going to fight everything on our way out of here. Can I jump that wall? No, I can't. Let's jump this wall then. Make our way back over to Harry's camp. But yeah, back in the day, like some people used to struggle with that. I think it's mainly though down to the poisons rather than the mob damage. So maybe they've nerfed it overall. Then again, our characters do, I think our characters do have quite a bit more health than they used to back in the day as well, and probably a bit more defences. Harry, then.
Gwyrod requires us to give welcome to Devodion.
Indeed, you are worthy of the name Hunter, even though you are a champion. Well done. The elders will hear of your great deeds when the day is done. Thank you for your bravery. You have put my hunters to shame. So we can have an earring, we can have a bow. So the bow is fairly plain, but you've kind of got some like spiky claw bits. You can have a shield. What type of shield is this? This is a regular shield, so it's a light shield. But if you like a kind of like a medieval kind of looking shield, that might be one for you. Or we've got some boots. So these are some fairly plain leather boots with some like metal shin pads on the front. Let's take the shield.
Even the Akluth have need of help on occasion.
So, you have done much already for the people of the Avank, and you have survived all the challenges my men and I presented you. I am impressed. You may go and speak with the elders. Tell them that you have my respect and my gratitude. They will be able to help you more with the Devodiad you seek. So, let's go speak to him then. So, Elder Dean at Lantaros. So I think we can actually get in from the south side as well on a land bridge. There we go. There's one there. Actually one here as well. Just to save us having to go swimming around in God knows what horrible mess is in that water. Here we go. So we've got several elders. Elder Dean, here's who we need. It is time that we spoke, Pendulous. We have been keeping watch on you, and you have proven good to the Avankluv. It is time we spoke of some of the secrets of the Dunbog. And he's going to give us either some boots, a mantle, so we've got some shoulder paddy bits. Reasonable kind of intricacy on them. Do they dye very well? Maybe not the best. Maybe it would look good in a browny sort of colour. Could maybe do something with that, it's workable. Or a warhammer, which is nothing too fancy.
Do not speak the names of evil things. You will call them.
So, he's now going to give us a follow-up quest, but I think before we take that quest, we're probably going to stop here for now, and we'll carry on with the Elder's quests next time. So, until then, see you guys later.